Hi guys, happy new year. So today I'm going to show you guys how to go from this, to this. So if you want to see how to do that, stay tuned and watch this video to the very end. So first things first, I made some red velvet cupcakes topped with donuts. So you need 2.5 cups of flour and then 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, as well as 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder and a teaspoon of salt. So you stir that together, and then we're going to add 1 cup of sugar to that and stir that as well. Those are our dry ingredients. So the next thing we're going to do is the wet ingredients, and we need a cup of kefir or buttermilk, and then we need 4 medium-sized eggs, and then 250 grams of butter, melted butter of course, and then we're going to stir that together. But before we stir it together, let me show you guys how to put eggs in slow motion. It's so cool. I don't know, I did this and it was so freaking cool. Okay, don't mind me. So don't stir first. The last thing you should do is stir, because you don't want to overstir your batter, because if you overstir your cake, it makes it tough. So I'm going to add red food coloring to that. I don't have a particular amount to add. I just add until until I like the color, basically. If I don't like it, I keep adding more. So basically there's no measurement for that. Then you're going to stir it all together at once. And don't be scared to add more food coloring, because it's better to add in bits than to add too much all at once. That way your cake would be too red, and then your customers can taste the chemicals in the red food coloring, or you would have wasted your food coloring basically. So add in bits and then stir. And when you stir, don't stir like you're stirring amala, because you don't want your cake to be tough. So you need to fold it, you need to fold the batter, the wet into the dry. See what I'm doing? I'm fetching it from the sides and mixing it. You're not going to stir like you're making amala or you're making about something, you get. You just want to stir your batter until it is fully combined, not to overstir. Do you get me? Okay guys, so the next thing we're going to do is what makes it red velvet. So we're going to put 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and then 1.5 teaspoons of vinegar, and then you're going to stir it together, and then you're going to pour it into your cake batter. It foams up almost immediately, so you're going to pour it into your cake batter and then stir. This is what makes your cake red velvet, because it's what gives it that foamy texture. That's why it's not dense like the regular chocolate cake or the vanilla cake. So guys, I already prepped my cupcake liners. So I'm going to prep my donut mold. Today I'm using a mold. I'm not using the regular donut maker that I normally use. And you have to really butter this well and add some flour to it so it doesn't stick. It's important you do this very well so your donuts don't stick. So right now we're going to fill in the cupcake liners with the red velvet cupcake batter we made. So it's important you don't overfill, because if you overfill your liners, your cake would rise and spill over. Number 1, it's going to dirty your oven, and then you have to clean up. Number 2, your cupcakes will look funny, and you don't want to sell funny looking cupcakes, or you don't want to give your boyfriend or your girlfriend, or right this you're making it for funny looking cupcakes. You get me? Okay, so we're going to fill this liners, and then we're going to turn on the oven to 150 degrees centigrade. It's important you turn it to 150, not the regular 180 for baking regular cakes, because cupcakes are delicate and very tiny. You don't want them to be overbaked, or you don't want them to dry out, or you don't want them to burn. You get me? You want it to bake slowly and nicely. So right now we're going to fill in this as well, and I like to fill it using a piping bag. That way it makes it really neat and it makes it easier. That way you don't overfill and mess up the whole place. I'm really particular about making messes, because I have nobody to clean it up for me, so I have to clean it up. So I'm very particular about not making a mess. Okay, so we're going to fill this in and then put it in the oven. It's going to bake at the same temperature as well as the cupcakes. Although the donuts usually bakes between 5 to 10 minutes, but this one baked in 11 minutes. I don't know why. So you should check it back in 10 minutes. It should be baked. But for the cupcakes, you should check back in about 20 minutes or 18 to 20 minutes, it should be baked. So right now our donuts are perfectly baked. It's important they don't overbake, because when your cakes or donuts or whatever it is you're baking in the oven, if it stays too long, it starts to dry out. It's like it doesn't burn immediately, but it starts to dry out, and you don't want to sell dry cakes to people. You don't want to be the girl that sells dry cakes or makes dry cakes, you get. Okay guys, so now we're going to frost these cupcakes with some Swiss meringue buttercream. If you want to learn how to make this buttercream, I'm going to put the description up here so you can see how it's done. Just click on the link and then you can watch how to make the silky perfect buttercream. It is the perfect buttercream for piping. The consistency, the taste, it's just luxurious. I swear, I tell you guys, it's amazing. So guys, check out how to make this buttercream and thank me later. So now we're going to frost these cupcakes one at a time, and when you're frosting your cupcakes, it's important to go slowly, even if you're an expert. Sometimes they try to mess you up, because you know, it's important to do it slowly. That way, like, you have control over how much butter you're piping and where like the buttercream falls. So right now we're going to top the cupcakes with donuts, and I'm not going to top everything because I like there to be like some contrast. It makes your work look finer, you get. So guys, we're going to top the cupcakes. We're going to basically decorate with chocolates, but this chocolate, I already painted them in edible gold dust. I think I'm going to make a video to show you guys how to do that soon. So what I did was I took regular chocolates, you know, the regular chocolate balls, and then I painted them in gold dust and dried them. So right now I'm going to like decorate the cupcakes with it, and then I'm going to make a white chocolate drizzle. I have a video for making a white chocolate drizzle. Do I? I'm not sure, but okay, I'm going to make another video. Or if you want me to show you how I make white chocolate drizzles, just send me a comment in the comment section. So I made white chocolate drizzle to drizzle over the top of the donut, and it makes it like come together. It makes it look perfect. Like, these are the tiny things that make your work look like you know what you're doing, even when you don't know what you're doing. But yes, I'm sorry, I know what I'm doing. So these are the perfect cupcakes I made, and they are so yummy. Like look how nice it is. Like, the inside is well baked and the color is perfect, and it is not dry. It is just perfectly made. Like, this is the absolute perfect Valentine cupcake for your loved one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Please subscribe because you love me.